All right, we got 3 rolls of ice and water that we're going to talk about briefly in this video before I do some testing of it in upcoming videos. We need to get a weight of these 3 uncut, unedited for you guys. So what we have here is the Tamco Moisture Guard. I have it in my shop because I used it a lot last year in 2025, and we're coming out of the winter now in 2026. We're going to get going, but I want to know, what shall I use going forward in 2026? This has some issues I'm not a big fan of. These 2 here are by the same company. It's Mercy by BEM Direct, also Dmitry Lipinski, Storm Group, Roofing, which I think he sold, Directory, a lot of different platforms, companies he's got. I will say they are not paying me to make this, but they did send me these 2 rolls right here to test. I did not pay for them. They sent them to me. Doesn't affect how I talk about it. If it's good, I'll tell you. If it's bad, I'll tell you. All right, so what we're gonna do basically in this uncut, unedited video is talk briefly about a few things and then weigh the 3 of these. So we're gonna weigh these right now real quick. Instead of just you taking my word for it, we're gonna do it live, unedited, on camera for you guys with a digital scale here. Basically, we're gonna turn it on, put the camera on the hat here, and weigh it. So we're gonna do the 3 of these here. This one here, it's heavy, all right? I know, because I moved a lot last year. It's their traditional ice and water black like this. And if you're new to the channel, by the way, my name is Brian with Grand Roofing. How rude of me. Try to share what I know here, document what I know, show product reviews, whatever for you guys, whether you're a homeowner, DIY, or contractor, it doesn't matter. Hopefully you get some kind of benefit out of it. So, by the way, to notify or be known when the other videos come out, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell notification so you're notified when they do come out if you like this kind of content. And let me know what you want to see covered in the future. So we're going to weigh this one first. Let's just do this right now and do it real quick. Put it onto my hat here so I can do first person view. I don't have a film guy here, so all right, we're going to get this one in my hand first. Put this so I can see with some light on it. There we go, should be able to see it now. Press on it, let it zero out, and set it up there. Let go. 67.6 pounds. All right, this one, it's pretty heavy too. I think it might be a little bit lighter, but I'm not sure. Turn that back on. And we are at 61.4. What did I say, 67? So 6 pound-ish difference between the 2 of these. Now, 6 pounds, yes, is lighter, but 6 pounds over a 2 square roll. These are both 2 square. Actually, these are all 3 a 2 square roll. 6 pounds over that whole area. I don't think that's really going to be that much, right? If you're in the camp of more is better, I don't know. Don't just compare on, well, you're getting more because you're paying for it. Is it going to perform? Is it going to last? Is it going to work? Are you going to be able to grip it? Can you work on it? There's so many other factors that, some things you may not even be aware of we'll talk about here in a minute. All right, let's weigh this last one. By the way, this one was the Mercy ICW 1350. It's their standard traditional asphalt style SBS, whatever it is. I really don't know. I haven't looked through it. It's just a self-adhering. Oh, it is SBS modified ice and water underlayment. So just a traditional standard kind. I imagine that's what a lot of these are. And for this one in the box, I must say the packaging is nice and it's so much lighter and easier to carry. But don't let that discourage you and think that, oh, it's not good, because you're not getting what you're paying for. 39.6 pounds, so significantly lighter. Under 40, these were 70. So what, 37 pounds, 31 pounds more on this one than that. 37, if my math is right in my head here. All right, let me put this back up here real quick and talk about a couple things. So this here, when you're up on a roof, it's a little slick. It gets granularly. You can see that it's like lots of little bitty sandy stuff, but the other thing is it doesn't want to stick, right? If you press on this right there and let go, it will stick for a second and fall. My office here that is wrong, but it says 75. It's really about 65 to 70 in here. That's a different temperature. It's not reading right. Either way, what I'm getting at is this needs a temperature to activate. If you're going into the winter, it's not going to stick. We'll talk about nails and what the actually, if you're so new to that, ice and water and ice damming regions, water backs up, wind-driven rain, things like that, should hit this and seal around the nail. So it's really sealing around the nail that we want to focus on. But installers, they need to be able to grip it, walk it, install the roof. This one here, when I was at IRE just a few weeks back in Las Vegas, I had seen this stuff in their booth and I was like, oh my God, that stuff is amazing. So if you can see this close up, it's actually cloth. And it's not the traditional wide woven like you would see in a synthetic paper. It is, I'm sure it is. I mean, I can't really see it. Well, it does look like that in the top part here where you lap them, but it's actually got a grippy fiber. So I do not have a shadow of a doubt that on a steep pitch roof, you can grip this. And I know because I tested this little piece here, it was a little bit bigger. I've been cutting little samples off, testing this right after I got back from IRE, and you can grip this really damn good, so I like that. But there's some other benefits we're gonna talk about. The valleys and eaves. Everybody knows you put this typically on an eave. I hope you're putting in a valley. So when you're putting in a valley, you cause a little trough like this. All is good, right? But if you have something called bridging, if it sticks to this surface, sticks to that surface, you got a little gap under there, that's what they call bridging. It's bridging across it. Not a big deal, right? Well, manufacturers say you can't do that. And if you do, it's bad because if somebody's up here walking on it, it splits and tears, causes a pop in the paper or the ice, and you don't know until it's too late and you got a leak coming in and it's not good. So you want to try to avoid that. Now, even if you do press it down all the way right there, I have seen many homes where home builders or remodelers add on to a house and there's a big gap in the decking. Unless you put a piece of metal down through there and it smooths the surface, and then I've heard the camp of, well, you can't do that because then it overheats and it, whatever. By the way, did I say this is high temp? You want to make sure it's pressed down tightly. If there ever is the issue, this is durable. That's what I like about this. I'm intentionally going to build a little mock-up board piece where I can stand on it, cause it to bridge or cause a gap in the wood and put all my body weight on there, which by the way, I think is I've gained some weight, so 175, 180 pounds. Oh, zero out. Didn't stay on long enough. Woo! Daddy been eating good. I don't think I've been this heavy in a while. We're not going to say. I gained some weight. I gotta get on the treadmill. Spring's gotta come. But anyway, so on this here, standing on it, even with it bridged, it is durable. This stuff being like synthetic and woven cloth that you can grip is just amazing. I've not used it on a job, but so far what I've seen and tested off camera has been really mind-blowing. By the way, one of the other things I want to do right here, pull this up so I can show you. This is a test that I want to try to do here real soon. Am I even on the buckets? Yeah, there we go. All right, so I'm going to take pieces now that I've got my weights on camera, unedited, uncut for you guys, and for me, for internal whatever. I can go back and reference. I'm going to open those up, cut some squares. I want it big enough to cover this, push a divot into it. We're going to poke a nail hole through it, put the same amount of water on each one, and see what happens. Now, the whole purpose of this is to seal. Ice and water is going to seal, yes. But the thing is, as I said, going into winter, colder weather, if this is stuck through, is it going to seal around it? This one here, it doesn't want to stick very well unless it's warm. If you poke a hole through it, is it actually going to flow and stick around this to the point where there's no water? So basically what I mean is we're going to have that drape down in there and stick it through and see what happens. See over time. Maybe give it a day, give it a couple hours. There's a chance I'll be like, oh my God, it's already dripping. Versus this one here, I don't know if I showed, where it's real sticky and tacky on. I mean, I barely touched that and it's stuck. Like it's not coming off. If you press into it for a second, it's not going anywhere. I mean, it's stuck. That there being totally different, not needing temperature, I think, let me actually go down a little bit more and poke this. It's a little more durable trying to even get through it, but we're gonna see if that actually makes a difference in colder weather, slightly warmer weather, and then go into hot weather. Possibly put this versus the other standard type under a deck board and put a piece of metal facing the south as the sun comes up and gets warm in the spring and the summertime and see what happens to ice and water if it's not high temp rated and you're using it under metal. Let me know what you want to see. I don't want this video to go long. Consider subscribing if you want to see this kind of content and we'll do more of it. Until next time, we'll see you then.